guess I was wrong. We did get cards. Technically.
SODO!
What's going on, SODO population? As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today we're going to be talking about the blog that came out last week. Now, we're only going to be covering the Gotchard stuff in this video. We already covered the Aqua stuff and the Tajadol stuff earlier in the week, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. But today, all about Gotchard and all about Gotchard 2, or rather Gotchard 2 and Geats. Now, this set is going to be coming out in November, and they basically just gave us everything. We're not getting all the piecemeal stuff anymore. We're just getting it all at once, and, you know, that's fine. Doesn't build hype quite as well, but there's some pretty cool things in here. Let's take a look. So, the first figure in this set is, I believe, Appare Skibo. Very fun. He's going to be coming with the sword slash, I guess, bow and arrow weapon. Not quite sure how this weapon operates. I didn't watch episode 1. I don't even know if he's in episode 1. But this looks pretty good. There's a decent amount of red paint on this guy, so I am excited to get this one in hand. Another thing that this figure comes with, though, is this, I guess, card-holding hand. And it's going to be molded in a white plastic, which, you know, like, the retail sets have either given you black hands so far or, you know, nothing else, and this one has it in white. We can't just get this in, like, a molded silver or anything, but that's fine. The premium version will take care of it. Either way, this hand is going to be working on Gotchard. It's going to work on all your other figures, and it will have stickers for Appare Skibo and some other options that we'll show off later. Oh wait, no, we'll show them off right now. It's Hover 1, we get the train here, so very cool stuff coming. I hope we get more. This is also the right hand. Earlier we saw the left hand, so we're getting both hands, both options. That's gonna be cool. Either way, the next figure in this set is Valvarad. He's looking very good. Very chunky, this guy, and I'm sure he takes up a lot of plastic. Yeah, this looks good. Something they wanted to get across, but they really couldn't, was the rusted look. There is, I don't want to say a dullness, but like a grunge to the white that they used. It's a very off-white, more of a cream. And it looks good. He comes with his main, like, I want to say that's a sword. It's his main sword weapon, and there is a loaded card in it as well. I believe you could just leave that out. I don't know if that's accurate, but I think there's an extra sticker in there that lets it be empty, but I'm not 100% sure. Moving on. For the Geats side of things, we have Geats Oneness, and on this figure, you get to see all the extra little icons of the other riders from the show. So this looks really good. Another unfortunate thing, though, it does have that break in the flowing cape. This one's articulated. It doesn't look particularly good, but I don't know. I don't know what else they could have done here. It looks unfortunate, but I'll deal with it. Anyways, you might have seen it earlier, but we also get Cross Geats, and this looks fantastic. I'd wager that there's a bit more paint on this guy than the other one, just to guess. And this looks absolutely phenomenal. He has his version of the 9 sword, the QB 9 sword, and also his version of the you know, that other sword that he has. So he can dual wield. Each of them do come with these splayed open hands. These look fantastic. This figure also comes with the extra QB9 railgun mode, so that's very good. Glad we're getting that. And man, God, this looks good. I think, though, the only new mold here is the cape, and that cape, that's not cut off at the midway point. I don't know what happened with the other ones, but you know, we're here. This cape looks better. I think overall, this is a better figure. This is an improvement over the Geats 9. Yeah, I'm excited to get this guy in hand. Here's everything that's going to be coming in that set. So, you know, just keep this in mind whenever you're buying it at a real store. I know not many of you have it, but if you're buying it at a real store, buy the other half. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into retail stores that have SODO. I'm so excited. It's just missing the other half. Oh, it pains me. It pains me so. But I hinted at this earlier. This is not all we got this week in the blog because, hey, it turns out there's a premium set for the Gotchard stuff and a premium set for the Geats stuff. So it looks like that's going to be continuing for each and every one of these series. On top of that, they did say there's probably going to be a Gashapon blog later, so hopefully we'll get that soon. And I guess we'll continually get these three different, I guess, price points for these items. I don't know. It's weird. I know they're trying to distribute it a little easier to more people, but like, it's three of the same thing, just with slightly different paint each time. Anyway, moving on. Here is Opere Skibo. This time he has that premium paint finish. Now, it does seem to have those extra little stickers on the ends of the pipes in the back. I was really hoping that those wouldn't have to be stickered still, but I guess we're still living in that world. The hands are painted though, because that's been a theme here for Gotchard. On top of that, he does have that painted head. That probably means PVC plastic's involved. I like the look of it. I always like the look of these heads. This is really letting them like hone in on the compound eye effect that they're always on top of. So this looks good. Also, they said it here too, painted hands. That's very cool. They also have like limited variants of the wrists, so it's like a bent version of the hand, like the holding hand, so you can do this. That's cool. These hands are finally painted, thank goodness. I don't know why it was in white plastic. It must have been in a different mold or something. I have no idea. But this looks better. This absolutely looks better. And like I said, I fibbed it a little bit at the beginning. The only cards in here are the handheld cards on the hands. So really, there isn't, outside of price, there's kind of no reason for you to get the mainline version. If you have the budget, I would suggest skipping to this. If not, the standard release, totally cool. Moving on, we have Valvarad, and he, I think, benefits the absolute most from this premium paint job, because as you can see, there's a lot of like actual rust pattern in here. Now, I will say this is sort of showing the limitations of how far their, I guess, tampo printing is going, because to me that does look a little pixelated, but it really looks good. It gets that rusted look across, and I'm so happy to just see this all over the figure. It's so effective. So this is definitely a keeper for me. Another thing they wanted to note is that despite his eyes technically having a compound eye effect, they weren't able to do that just because it's so small, and so like that piece would be so recessed that they weren't able to effectively make that happen without having the eyes look dead. So instead they opted for paint, and all this stuff here, all the stuff they're focusing on here, is painted. He of course does come with his main weapon, and you can use it to have him face off with Geats. That's not Geats, this is Gotchard. He also has that bent wrist, I believe. I think that's what this is showing off. It does seem to show us that there are those like empty vats in his hands that are a little unbecoming, but you know, we learn to deal with it. On top of that, 2 display stands are included, so basically everything you're getting in this is Gotchard here. He's got the regular hands, splayed open hands, bent hands, and punchy fists. He's got the card holding hands. Those look fantastic. And the main weapon. Next up is Valvarad. He comes with those gloves, those mittens. So that's how his hand swaps are going to go. This looks fantastic. And I guess that sword does come with that extra port connecting piece. And here are all the display stands included. We're getting the regular ones and the extra bent down ones. I accidentally put the picture in here for Geats and Cross Geats, but it will say Gotchard, Opere Skibo, and Valvarad. Just keep that in mind. This was an accident. Moving on. Speaking of those guys, hey, these are great. It has, I want to say, just about as much paint as the last time we saw these guys, or about as much attention to detail with paint. Geats Oneness gets just the most beautiful eyes. Oh god, that is incredible. Here's Geats Oneness. He also benefits from this. I mean, it's the same mold as before. Genuinely, I'm so sure they saved a lot of money on this guy. Not only are they casting it, or doing the same mold, the only difference is the cape. They're also just like painting less, I think, because it's just the blues on here. This looks good. It's effective. Also, specifically for Geats Oneness, all of these details with the extra icons and all that stuff, those are all tampo printed in. And the hands are painted black. So this looks absolutely fantastic. Cross Geats here has all the blue painted. I think really the only stickers on this guy are like on the weapons and on the belt, like all the really tough details. The bigger surface level details, all that's painted, and I'm so here for it. You can have him holding the sword in a bit more realistic way. I like this dynamic pose. This is really selling me on the cape articulation, but I don't know, just some of the angles, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here's Cross Geats. This looks fantastic. And also included is an extra hand for Geats Oneness that just sort of has him pointing. I'm pretty sure that's something movie related. I don't remember seeing it all in the show. I did finish it. Don't worry, I did finish it this year. Also, QB9's rail mode is included in this one as well. So make sure, take these figures, pair them with the first wave. These guys look fantastic. Oh god. Oh, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. The just black and then the pop of neon. Ooh, I love that. Have these two fight against each other. Oh man, what a sight to behold. Here's everything you're getting in this set. It looks like Gotchard. Wow, I'm swapped them all the time. Looks like Geats is going to be having the pointing finger for both hands. That's fantastic. And all across the board, we're getting the same hand loadout that we've seen before. Moving on, we have Cross Geats here. He looks fantastic. It looks like the angled hands and the punchy fists are on that separate runner. This just absolutely looks great, so very excited to get these in hand. And here are the display stands we are getting. Anyways, these are up for pre-order now, 4,500 yen each, so keep that in mind as you're pre-ordering these, but they're available at Toku Collectibles. They're available up until, I think there is like an order stop point, because Gotchard came out. I think you can still get him, but the Geats stuff, this Geats stuff sold out on Premium Bandai before the thing closed, like before the cutoff date, so they know that there's a set amount of each of these that they want to make. If they hit that threshold, they're pulling the listing. And despite the success, I don't know that they've announced a re-release or if they're doing any of these. Even Shodo Super doesn't get like second runs, so keep that in mind. It's already too late for Geats, but this version of Geats. But if you want the other three sets, make sure to get those pre-orders in, whether it be Toku Collectibles or another source that you prefer. It doesn't matter to me as long as you're getting some SODO. Anyways, that is it, I believe, for SODO Gotchard 2. And that is it. Oh, I missed the button. That is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you have yet to have your fill of SODO, then there is this wonderful video of Aqua and oh shoot, and Taja Dole here that I want to put your eyes to. But if you want something more Centaur related, have this video. We did this earlier in the week about the Yudo figures, and god, what a selection. We, guessed most of these, but it's still really cool to see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Keep it